It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, after heading back to the Fey Realm to thwart a meeting between Ludinus Deleth, the Sar Lord Zathura, and the Unseelie Court, which had been strangely absent in the goings-on of the Ruby Vanguard. You managed to, one by one, take out their guard, assault the entire Unseelie crew, weapons ready, and brought down the entire abandoned temple of the Archheart. After which, you were beckoned to a meeting with the Archheart, brought into their realm where they expressed an interest in your path and a unique perspective on the current events happening in Exandria. After sharing this with you, they also implored you to speak to what you seem to imagine is the Matron of Ravens, of a similar sort of swapping of thoughts. After which, the Sar Lord Zathura, your bloodfather, with your permission, his corpse was taken to the loom underneath Ligament Manor, where it was turned into furniture. You all went to rest for the evening, where Fern and Ashton clambered to the rooftop garden of the manor, released Gloamglut from his bindings, and convinced the dragon to allow you to curl up with it for the evening. So the three of you fell asleep.
Tis a big bowl.
A night of rest after a very, very long and arduous day.
This is like the best sleep I've had in I don't know how long.
This is so comfortable. I mean, we could just stay here for...
Wouldn't that be nice? I think we have to let him go.
Oh, I know.
I like that he has a choice.
May we all have a choice.
Hear, hear.
If we live through this, I would want to come back with yours and Maury's permission. I like it here. It's quiet.
You do? I like it here too. You can come back anytime.
You can feel Gloamglut beginning to stir. The dual jaws kind of like
Stretch it out.
like rubs up against you for a second before it kind of begins to stand up and just plops you both onto the ground.
How do we see you again? Or if we can, you don't have to. I just
Kind of leans in and kind of nudges you a little bit.
Oh.
And steps back. And then puts its arms out and kind of its throat kind of billows up for a moment before it and does like this loud kind of echoing barking call into the air and rubs against you again. He's instructing you how to possibly get his attention in the future.
That's how I do it.
You cough.
Oh! 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 Did I do it? I'll work on it. It might be a different register, but...
Kind of rubs against you.
Oh,
its tail kind of like whacks you in the shoulder.
Cool.
It seems to be sitting there kind of waiting for something.
Go.
It's not used to having... You tell it go?
Yeah, you can go. You don't have to stay.
That's your best dragon one?
You can do whatever you want.
We'll see you later.
Wind blasts past, your hair being thrown back as all the leaves and dust and like loose pebbles all across the entire like cobblestone flooring between the garden itself begin to push back as the massive size of Gloamglut begins to lift higher and higher, like it's picked up the scent of something. and rapidly takes off like a sky serpent, just whining off in the distance. And then it's just the two of you.
Wow, that was cool. I wonder if he's gonna come back.
For you, he's gonna come back.
Okay. I miss him already.
Yeah, me too.
Eventually, you all gather once more within the kind of dark and low-lit, warm interior bellows of the Ligament Manor itself. Well, as much as I'd like you all to stay for as long as you'd like, or I do, I believe there are more important matters for you to attend.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Gotta get back to Vasselheim. Tell them what a good job we done. Set the tone. These other two groups that are going to be bringing in chuckle fucks compared to us.
Oh, can you send us back in a
Sixters.
easy way?
There were only
I have my ways.
Do we have to go?
Sweet
Oh.
beast boy. But yes, and I can take care of that little pesky dilation of time that happened. I understand y'all are leaving real soon, and I just wanted, before y'all head off into whatever wild adventures and dangers y'all are going to, I just wanted to make sure we had a chance to say goodbye. Ollie? And you see Ollie comes down. I thank you all so much for taking care of her. I know in the past you've all had good hearts on you, friends old and new. And just want you all to keep her safe. She's a good one.
We know.
Anyway, Fern, I know you're off to be your amazing self, and she kind of takes your hands and looks at you, her hooves kind of clomping over towards you. She pulls you in a little closer to look into your eyes. When all this is said and done, I look forward to getting to know who you've become a little better.
I'd like that very much. And I'd like getting to know you as well. Just basically what you just said, and I just agree. Yes, that's gonna be great.
That's all I can hope for. Well, can I?
Yes, I would love that.
She takes you in for a big hug and kind of lifts you a bit. Ollie kind of comes up and puts his hand on your shoulder, and they both look at you, the two.
Come here, Ollie.
Okay. Comes in, and you're bigger than him. You kind of envelop your father. Well, love you.
I love you both too. Be safe, okay?
You too, Vern.
Orm's been sitting off on his own in a corner, and not very talkative, but paying attention. And he has the Sorrow Lord's blade lying on the floor in front of him. So he's been splitting his attention, listening, and just considering it.
It is considered a legendary Fey weapon. It's a longsword, so it's strength-based.
Yeah.
It's versatile, so you can use it one-handed or two-handed.
Wait, it's
Or
So perfect.
hold on.
or you could devour it and see what kind of cool benefit is transferred from it to the bearer. Up to you.
You should hit that.
We do
If we
need to make this decision right now.
We don't. Let's just put it in the bag.
Yeah,
But
You do need to remember, though, because we can only use that harness one time per day, and we're collecting these high-powered magical items.
Yeah, you have like
Let's
burn it right now. Use.
Yeah, we got good stuff in here.
Somebody needs to suck that
We got
up.
the Harp of Valor. We got the Staff of Dark Odyssey. That's pretty useless.
No, we're not gonna
We've got
burn that.
Ishta, the Summit Blade.
Eat the harp.
Eat the harp.
The harp.
Eat the
I fold under peer pressure immediately.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
What?
Put on this harness.
Hey, put on this harness.
What's happening? Hold on.
We're strapping you in.
It's
Too
gonna be
late.
fun.
What are we doing? I don't know what
You're
this
gonna
is.
love it. You're gonna love it.
Quintessence array is going on your body.
I smooth your little sheer shirt under it so it still looks good.
As they put you in this harness, this like strange vest-like harness, The glyphs on it begin to light up, and you kind of feel this like magical vibration throughout, like a haptic feedback vest. And they take this massive harp and kind of hold it against the back of this funnel.
I'm definitely trying to look.
Let it happen. Let it happen. You're just going to hurt yourself.
I'm sorry. Okay.
About 10 seconds in, you can hear the strings of the harp beginning to play with no fingers, just strumming, and the tones get kind of discordant. And eventually the rest of you watch as the actual harp chords begin to beep, 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 and then scatter to dust until eventually, within a minute, it is gone. You permanently increase your maximum hit points by 5.
Whoa!
And a permanent...
Changes things.
Yeah, a permanent advantage on performance checks.
Wow.
And if it breaks, it breaks.
Oh, advantage. Yes. Oh my God.
Shall you be on your way?
Yes.
That would be wonderful. Thank you, Nana.
She extends her hands in front of her. Seems to almost like grasp something invisible in the air, and then puts her hands outward like she's unfolding a curtain that you can't see. And as she does, the center space of the room folds out with it like she's just pulling apart an invisible cloth boundary between this realm and Exandria. And on the other end, you can see kind of like a gray space that's formless. And she goes, "To Vasselheim, you say?"
She could have done that the first time we went back.
Suddenly, the image of a chilled, snow-covered Vasselheim street appears before you. You all begin to rush through.
As I go, I'll just say, so I'll call you.
You know how to find me.
I do.
We'll step back out into the cold streets of Vasselheim. A gentle snowfall still drifts through. The time of day you're uncertain, but at least it is light out, though the sun is nowhere in sight.
You want to go talk to a god again?
Where would this one find a death goddess?
Well, the matron's temple is.
Temple.
Dusk Meadow.
I'm so excited.
Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do.
What you see now in the kind of diffused midday light in Vasselheim is an elevated cathedral-like structure of obsidian in gold. The ominous steeples that rise up in the dark archways that seem to climb and stretch to kind of outfit the exterior of this beautiful, if also harrowing, ominous structure. And kind of glancing up in the silent stillness of the midday cold atmosphere, at that moment you see the flock of ravens kind of take off and caw into the air.
Every time. Seems a little on the nose.
As you all approach, the doors kind of
Okay.
open inward.
This place makes the temple we visited in Whitestone look like an outhouse in comparison.
Yeah.
Not us.
You step within the interior of the temple, follow the hallway forward, and the kind of dark obsidian entryway. It's beautiful, in some ways almost brutalist architecture begins to give way to grays and ivory. The interior of the hall and its design beginning to feel less blackened stone and metal and more like ivory, ice, and bone. The temperature seems to drop even further as you step, and you can see your breath with every exhale. There is 100-foot tall, steepled chamber of multicolored stained glass across every wall and the archway ceilings.
Wow.
A wave of vertigo almost overtakes you to just take in this interior. But that's just focusing on its immensity. As you focus downward, you can see the continuous theme of ever-flickering candles that swarm the outer edges of this chamber, where you can see, standing about 20 feet from you, almost unseen blended against the low-lit interior, but 3 figures. wearing and adorned in jet black vestments. Bells hells. You hear one of their voices, uncertain which one is speaking, until the center one steps forward towards you. Welcome to Raven's Crest. We are the Coven of the Veil, the High Priestesses of the Matron, and the highest of the Trust of Winter. I am Lieve'tel. And we have had an eye on you since you arrived. So by what means do you do the honor of stepping within our abode?
We had a pull toward the matron.
Everyone does eventually.
They're so clever.
And an eminent feeling that we needed to speak with her, if possible.
The one to the right goes, they wish to speak with her. Do they know? And Lieve'tel goes, to commune with the matron is a leap of faith. She just kind of steps backward and to the side. And while you were focused on them, what you didn't notice was the kind of flickering of candlelight further back in the chamber. But the parts of it that are a reflection across a still surface. From what you now can see is a wide pool of barely visible crimson liquid.
We just hop on in and
Sink.
how deep?
And release.
You want us to pee in there?
Our matron exists in the space between life and death. If you wish to meet her in her realm, you too must walk that in between.
Cannonball it.
Laudna skips over, naked.
Should we be naked? Should we?
I don't want to get my shit covered in blood.
That wasn't necessary. But also, not entirely against the decor of the temple. Choice is yours.
I am already in halfway.
You're in halfway?
I'm in halfway.
Who else is going? Raise your hand.
All right.
For those who are stepping in, it is cold. This is like extremely cold, viscous blood. The smell of iron greets your nostrils the minute you come to the precipice of the pool. And as you step in, and there are steps that descend within until eventually your feet begin to give way and you are just swimming on the surface of the thick, viscous, crimson liquid.
I just go to the edge and like put out my hands and I just like trust fall backwards into the water. Blood.
It's like a smacking sound as she hits the surface and then just kind of
A little thicker than.
begins to vanish beneath it
water, yeah.
until she is gone.
I'll follow her. I go under.
You good, Dorian?
Yeah. I want to test the insinuations of this. I'm going to use unending breath before I allow myself to. So I just low-key and allow myself to sink in the blood and see what happens.
Okay.
Ending breath.
Yeah, I can hold my breath indefinitely.
Oh my God.
I'll go under and I'll actually exhale as I go down.
Oh yeah, I'm joining you on that.
Most of you all begin to kind of drift below, and you can kind of like if you open your eyes beneath, it's so dark you can only see in like the absence of light except for the faintest bit of reddish hue from above the surface, where you can just barely make out the dark shapes of your friends at different stages. Eventually you feel that panic begin to rise, that need to swim upward, that need to find air, and as you begin to reach for it, you are making no forward momentum.
I don't think Laudna would struggle. She would just try to be like relaxed and go to another place.
Imogen. Laudna's gone.
I'm just reaching my arms out anywhere trying to find her because I went right after her. I should feel her.
She's gone. You who exhaled on the way in, you feel that cough and that pain inside until eventually the need to survive begins to overtake you, and you try and claw and reach. You begin to transform subconsciously out of the need to get past this. Like the animalistic urge kind of overtakes, but you just continue to sink. A little bit of flicker of crimson light above you turns to nothing until eventually you give in and drown.
I reach out mentally for Laudna.
One by one, each of you succumbs to the inescapable drowning here within the holy pool of the Matron of Ravens.
Yeah, what about Robbie? I mean,
Except-
Dorian.
No, not for Dorian. Robbie.
So we gotta have Robbie's over in the corner like, fuck. I've just been thinking about it.
Dorian, there is a connection amongst your friends where you can feel them. You can feel their moving and swimming and thrashing in this thick solution until there's none. And all of your friends are either still or gone.
I'll let it go.
Drink the blood, Robbie.
I will. I'll let go of the unending breath and make the conscious choice to feel without breath for the first time in my existence. I'll feel what it's like to not be able to breathe.
Describe to me, Dorian, how this experience of letting go affects you.
Oh, it's ultimate suffering. Just panic, fear, everything antithetical to who I am as a person. And the strangest part about it is it just lets it happen.
As you convulse, spasm, fight, the fear and panic, just as quickly as it came, leaves to a comfort. The chill of the pool becomes warm, like a womb. And each of you independently feel your feet find a surface. You feel that weight take on your body once more. That floating sensation dissipates, and you are carrying your own body on your feet as you've done for most of your life. You kind of open your eyes and look down, and you can still see the crimson on your hands as it drips away, revealing you standing amongst an endless pool of red that just vanishes into shadow. As you focus, it's not darkness beyond you, it is impossibly distant glittering, like a spider web of gold. And for just a moment, you can perceive an impossible array of golden threads shifting like a breeze, entwining, tangling. And they begin to move. They begin to strain as inky black spills from between them, descending down from above like tendrils of shadow and nothing.
I hold your hand, Laudna.
They spill onto the red, bloody pedestal that you all stand on, like some sort of a tar waterfall that just spreads out.
I kind of catch one of the droplets.
You go to reach for it, and it feels material when you pull your hand back. There in your grasp is but a single black feather. And as you look up, it is not a column, but a person. A robe of black and a mantle of jet feathers. And from within this darkness, a hood rises to a bright white porcelain mask. Feminine features, highlighted in threads of gold that arc around the darkened, pointed sockets of her face. The purple lips and still stoic expression staring down upon each of you, all of you, none of you. Thrice have you sought me. Why?
Well,
Good choice. Good start.
first off, hello. I would argue that the other times that we sought you out, it was kind of more circumstantial. This one is deeply intentional. And also, we heard that, I don't know, we just heard that you might be interested in talking to us as well. Hi, hello.
From where did you hear as such?
The Archard? You see, we're not necessarily the God-fearing type, this group of people. Which may make us perfect for whatever mission that you may need.
So you've come to my realm to offer your sword for hire.
Well, no, that's
kind of a weird way to say it.
More so, I think we have a few questions.
Speak plainly.
It would be nice to corroborate some of what the Archart said.
What did he say?
That the gods are scared. Yet, unaligned on how you will choose to resolve this little Prodothos issue. You seemed rather keen on the idea of turning over a new leaf, starting a new chapter. My ring. Running, mayhaps?
So you say the Archheart is the dissident among us?
Uh-oh.
And
Well-
he sent you here. As she says that, the mask seems to swell with immensity. What was once a tall figure before you is now a figure that is the realm. You are ants floating in red ether in front of a being of impossible stature.
You know, he sort of made it out like the two of you have been chatting.
Oh, the double
And
down.
he, yes, 100%. And
we watched you hold an imp in your titties.
we watched you hold an imp in your titties. We watched you. You were there.
You speak of experiences long before your time. All threads are tangled, especially in these turbulent times. Why are yours no different? To come to my realm and make accusations to my family.
I don't think an accusation has been thrown. It's ironic considering the Archheart was the one who said you might be interested in speaking with us.
It is indeed.
So I'm curious what he saw being born from this communication.
Indeed.
We just want answers. We don't know anything, though, and we're hoping that you can guide us.
we really want to understand what is going on so we can best help our own and yours.
Death cannot be stopped. Only delayed. Infinity is relative, and even the brightest stars eventually flicker out to cold nothingness. So while death concerns my awareness, I am merely its steward. But I also watch over fate. And to watch over fate is to look for patterns. My charge is vision of the tapestry as it is woven. As she opens her hands, you can see those flickers of golden threads you got a glimpse of suddenly ignite with bright golden light. Millions, billions of threads at different angles intersecting, tying, knotting, breaking, snapping, severing, retethering, an endless unraveling and re-raveling of a microscopic view of a tapestry too immense to contemplate. To witness where it might lead us all, across every scale.
You know, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but I've thought about it a lot. The Archart was gonna just let the gods go. He was gonna die. Until someone convinced him not to, in Aor. Don't think I didn't notice it was you. And I know you did it because you weren't done playing God.
The saga of the gods and their fate has ruined many. Some still to prove their impact on history. Out of the shadow around you, color and shape begins to swirl and form, until you see a gently blown column of lavender hair and a familiar face, looking pensive and worried in her coat. Liliana Temult, wakened child of the God-Eater, forced to abandon her life and follow an instinctual destiny, all to play her part in this knotted moment of uncertainty. What will she choose? To feed or be fed upon? Opal the twice-crowned, born a fractured dual soul, and being of unknown potential, manipulated by cult and betrayer gods alike, to walk a violent path without agency. Vespin Chloris, he who foolishly tried to write history himself from the shards of my path, becoming the first catalyst to inevitable calamity, damning himself to an eternity in the house, and damning many others in the process. The history of Exandria is altered in the wake of great and terrible people, touched by the will of the gods. Prove to me why you feel you are worthy to be among them.
He's got a shard of a titan. So does she.
He's got something else too, but yeah.
And, yeah, he's been made and remade a few times now. Orm's a protector. I've never met anyone as as noble as he is. Even the Wild Mother agrees. Fern, she's a collector. Everybody that sees her gathers to her. And every trinket as well. She has so many people to call upon because we're like moths to a flame around her. Bree is... He, look at him. He's strong.
Super strong.
He's of two minds. There's a great turmoil going on inside of him. I can see it. And all of us want him to choose the right path, but even if he doesn't, he walks strongly. Dorian has stepped up every single time. He's a prince. Something he shies away from, but his entire being shines with it. Laudna's everything. You can see it. She had her fate thrust upon her. It was something she didn't ask for. But she's embraced it. And become strong with it. And overcome it. And Chet? Now, Chetney's so fucking old. And he's seen so much. And he acts like a real jackass. But that's because nothing can break him.
And what of you?
And me, I have a storm inside of me. And I can't wait to let it out.
You all step on the edge of the world. One teeter and you fall forever. You choose similar paths to them. Let's hope you have the strength to endure and persevere where they falter. The matron pulls back her mask, becoming immense as the image of Liliana shifts. Her hair drifting up as her eyes begin to glow red. The energy charging through her body. Opal, the black begins to just pour down her face, staining her jacket. As dark shadows begin to swirl around her body, her blades appearing in her hands at her side.
I try to go to her.
You go to her?
Yeah.
Does a 20 hit your armor class?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Without looking at you, her hand strikes towards you, and the blade goes through your palm and out the back side as she looks up at you. She looks at you without recognition. Her two eyes almost seeming to be collections of dozens smaller ones within. as the shape of Vespin Chloris, the fleshless, punished visage of history's greatest villain, begins to exhale. I need you all to roll initiative.
It's made of blood. Flesh and blood.
I close the distance to Liliana Temult. I will strike with foul verdict, my poison pen, and I will paint her with poison. Let's see what happens. 23 to hit.
A 23 to hit? That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I will use Divine Smite, and as a bonus action, I will use this new thing that I just saw on my spell list called Shining Smite. 39 points of damage.
39 points of damage, alrighty.
And she is shining now with a bright light.
Okay.
And attack rolls against her have advantage, and she cannot turn invisible.
You hit her, there's not even a wince of pain. Just...
Seeing Opal, I think Dorian's just furious immediately. And under his breath, he says, I will not allow another god to make a mockery of you. And I'll sprint straight for Opal. And then, as I'm running, I'll pull out my father's blade and use it for the first time. And I'll take a strike at her.
Go for it.
Yeah, cool. Great. That's so perfect. That's a natural 1.
Oh, yeah, because...
No, it's not.
Wait.
30 feet of me.
Oh, yay! Hi, buddy. That's a 25.
25 does hit.
And then I'm going to use my defensive flourish since that attack hit. And immediately I'm just going to sort of duck and dive over and sort of slip to the side.
Great.
So I get another pop off that, which is a 6.
Each strike, as it cuts into Opal, she doesn't react and just stares at you with those weird, like, spider eyes within human eyes. And with each wound, just black pours from it.
I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Already.
And then I am going to cast Bane on all 3 of them.
Okay. Liliana, it's a 16.
Fail.
Opal, that's gonna be a 20, so that succeeds.
Succeeds.
Vespin, that's going to be a 12. He rolled really low.
Fail. All right,
he's
so the
Bane.
2 of them.
It's now Liliana's turn, and is gonna go ahead and drift up over the space.
Shit.
From above, she raises her hands in the air, her eyes magnifying bright, terrible sparks of purple energy. And I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Breas?
11.
11, okay. Fail. Fern?
17?
17? Fail. Okay, Imogen?
I fail.
Fail. Ashton?
Fail.
Fail. Orem?
Natural 20.
Natural. You're fine. So you all of a sudden lift into the air like gravity has suddenly
Oh no!
flipped in the opposite direction.
And there's no top or bottom in here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You all are now being held up into the expanse above, kind of drifting freely in the air, unable to control your current position.
Whoa!
Dorian?
Fail.
Chetney?
24.
24, you're fine. And Laudna?
Fail.
Fail. Laudna, you are also...
Don't worry, I got it.
That's going to go ahead and finish her turn. Now it's going to go to Opal's go.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You saw that she was about to stab towards Dorian, but then as Dorian drifts off, doesn't even watch him vanish. Her focus immediately shifts onto you. She's going to bonus action, Hexblades curse you, and is going to unleash a multi-attack on you. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
That hits. Oh, it's a natural 19, which with the Hexblades curse makes it a crit.
Oh, cool. Cool.
That's going to finish her go. That brings us to Chetney with Orem on deck.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my hybrid transformation and
Yeah.
I got pokey things too. I'll take 3 claw attacks against.
Go for it.
Opal. That's gonna miss. That's... Wow, 2 2s in a row? Get the fuck out of here. 19 to hit?
19 does hit, but because you are Hexfire, she's going to roll for her armor of hexes, and a 4+ it misses.
I remember
That's a 4.
Whoa! Cool.
So the 2 ones go wide, and the last one goes to strike, and as you pierce through her, suddenly it was just shadow, and she was just 2 feet to the right, still staring at you.
So
Nothing.
I'm gonna run straight to here. I wanted to see you for so long, but this wasn't the way. And a little bloom starts spreading around on Orm as he hexes Opal.
Okay.
Okay, so I slash at her wrist and forearm, hoping to force one of the blades out.
One of
of
the
her
blades just flicks off into the shadow.
With Hex and the superiority die, that is 22 points of damage.
Ooh.
Next attack, I'm going to go for the other hand.
The other dagger goes flying off. So you've cut both hands from the wound. Something curved begins to emerge as other... And you watch as that smile begins to grow wide, as numerous spider legs begin to pierce out of her body. Her abdomen begins to swell to the back as she transforms into a horrifying spider version.
I'm just going to stay in a flanking position with Chet.
Okay.
And hold my ground.
Vespin Chlorus at this point
Oh, shit.
brings the hands forward like this and casts Time Stop. You watch as reality kind of...
Oh, this is great. This is great.
This is the one I want.
We got fucking time stop.
I want that.
What seems like a spark of time, the instant of an eye bat, you watch spells rapidly. As now there are 3 versions of Vespin Chlorus surrounding him. There are
multiple spells.
7 coal-like burning embers floating around his head.
Oh, shit. Boy.
What's happening?
Oh, no.
And he's just finished casting a spell. And as he releases it, a horrible, cold, piercing power suffuses everyone in that area.
I hate all of this.
And with that,
Cast it again.
Vespin's going to dart back over here. And you just hear the cackle. That kind of goes into a sob.
I'm gonna hit myself with a ability to fly.
Okay,
So I'm
you
gonna
are
use a
now.
sorcery point. So as I start to hover, my robes start to float up as well, and my eyes turn bright white, and I'm gonna just turn into just like lightning surging from
Yes.
Hell yeah.
and then I'm going to create a line of lightning.
Line of light.
That's 30 feet long now. Towards
Towards Liliana or Vespin Chlorus?
Vespin. 23 points of lightning damage.
Big hit. Big hit.
Vespin Chlorus?
Big money, big money, big
Hell
money.
yeah. Okay.
I'm going to use a Wormhole Strike. I'm using a Chaos Burst to throw my hammer through a portal, and it's gonna magically appear.
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
60 feet will be just perfect. Yep. She dodges the first one and is kind of like looking back towards you with an odd, like kind of spacey stare of intense aggression before a portal opens right behind her head. And
That's going to be 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage.
And it's about to get weird.
All right, so this is a Constitution saving throw. No, it's failed. She drops reverse gravity.
Featherfall.
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 Plummeting
that,
hundreds of feet.
You all plummet
So,
down safely to the ground.
would it be possible if anyone also falling had a chance to grab her on the way down?
Dorian would be the only other person that could try.
Yeah.
So strong, Dorian.
26 for
26.
for athletics. 13,
Okay.
13.
So you grab her and hold on. Your weight drags her down about half the distance, but she is flying and stops. So now you are holding onto her about 30 or so feet up in the air.
I'll kick in my wing boots and kind of just bring myself up behind her while holding on to her. And I'm going to yell out to Imogen, do you think this is real?
No.
Me either. Good luck. And I'll give you bardic inspiration.
Oh, great.
And I'll also consider that no as a blessing. And for my action, I am going to, while still trying to hold on to Liliana, cast Thunder Wave.
Constitution save?
16.
Get her.
14. This is it by 2. How much damage?
27 points of damage. And then it's going to push, but I don't know what the rules of gravity are, but it's 10 feet far away.
10
I'm
feet away.
sending it send her straight in the dirt if I
So
can.
you send her down to about 20 feet.
I'll use my fly speed to go back-to-back bars fight style with Imogen.
Ooh, I like it.
Alrighty.
I'm going to summon my Hound of Ill Omen.
Okay.
And then this time I want to I'm going to reach kind of into this pool of blood and pull out the skull of a dog. And then kind of blow and brush the blood off and then throw it as the hound then apparates.
Which direction?
Towards Vespin Chlorius.
How far can it travel?
120. Well, I can summon it within 120 feet.
Okay, yeah, we'll say. So you chuck it and
Dog at
through
him.
the air.
And I'm going to throw a fireball at his face.
He gets a 12 with the disadvantage and the bane. So
Okay. 36 damage.
36 damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't want to do this.
So fireball
Last draw.
explodes and chars Vespin, taking not as much damage as you would think. Opal's gonna go.
Oh my goodness.
Opal now, both of the blades that were deflected appear in her hands,
Oh, great.
and is gonna make 2 attacks with her dagger and 4 attacks with her new Drider arms.
Okay.
Is gonna go ahead and unleash a bunch of them into you, Chetney, since you're the Hexblade's cursed figure. 30 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As one of them just kind of
Reduced to 15.
they're just missing you entirely, and as you try and duck out of the way from one sticks you right in the torso. Your wolven form kind of absorbs some of it. As soon as all these strikes happen, you watch as tired hits, and she blinks and where am I? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
And just looks kind of scared.
Oh, no.
Finishing Opal's turn, Chetney, you're up.
Wait, are
Orm
they
on deck.
really here?
Fuck if I know.
We assumed.
They're not really here.
They can't be really here.
Bonus action. I'm gonna scrape my claws up the side of my rib cage.
Yep.
And ice will come up on the claws.
You got it.
And I will inflict wounds into her crazy spider ass abdomen thing. Boosh.
Screeches.
Oh God.
And then why?
I don't know, you bitch.
And it's the upper torso of Opal, the arms just kind of hang there for a second, and she's barely hanging on by a thread, fear in her eyes.
I just gotta believe it's not you. I gotta believe it. That's a 28 to hit.
Maybe she's testing to see if we'll do the hard thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Oops, dead opals.
So 28 to hit, that is 4, 6, and 8, 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Fuck no, that's so fucked up.
I want to.
You killed her?
I see how messed up she is.
Slap the highlights out of her hair!
Pull back seedling to stab into the nape of her neck, but at the last second I spin it around and with the hilt go to the base of her skull.
Okay.
And drop her to the ground.
Okay. Crack! You hit, the impact resounds. Going off nothing in the space. Yeah.
Coins.
The legs kind of crumple, and as they kind of hit to the ground and she slumps forward, she slowly sinks into the blood pool. You watch her, her eyes kind of go dark as red hands begin to emerge out of the blood pool and pull her down into the ground.
I'm going to flame strike Vespin.
Sure.
17 points of fire damage.
17 points of fire damage. Okay.
And
The fire damage kind of burns
that's right.
around.
So,
It
yeah,
doesn't incinerate him in the way that you hope.
I knew it wasn't going to work, but I have radiant with this. Okay, so that's 10, 16 points of radiant damage.
The radiant damage, however, tears into him, and you watch this bright light encircle and burn through. As the light fades, you see his body has like ashen edges. It seemed to be super effective, as the Pokemon trainers would say.
And Mister is going to take some flame seeds.
It's gonna
Poop at Vespin.
Mr. Monkey's gonna throw flaming poop at the man responsible for the calamity.
Yeah, while he's being bitten by a dog.
I love this so much.
We are kicking him while he's there.
Yeah. Staring down at you, the horrible, like, mass of stretched flesh and bone, the teeth exposed, the blood just kind of poured through it. You love them, right?
Oh.
Reaches over and opens his hand as a bolt of black lightning darts off to Chetney, and it's going to chain through. I need dexterity saving throws from Chetney.
27.
27. You only take 25 points of lightning damage.
Hate it.
Only?
Reyes.
19.
19. You take 51 points of lightning damage.
Holy moly.
Ashton.
22.
22. You take 25 points of lightning damage.
Am I doing it too?
Yes, you are, friend.
Okay. 11.
11. You take 51 points of lightning damage. As this black lightning arcs through your friends across the way, their bodies seizing with the impact of this arcana before, like, smoke and sizzling begins to fill the space. Is going to bonus action. Grab one of the embers that are floating around its head and focus back on you.
It's just cold. Nobody feels real cold.
Inflicts it at you. You take 40 points of radiant damage.
Whoa.
It's 4d12, and I rolled 12, 11, 10, 9.
Oh, that's rich.
Or 10, 11, 10, 9. Sorry.
Wow.
You know not what I've done, and you will all suffer the same fate. Imogen, you're up.
Ah, yes. I am going to look over at my mom.
That's
and I'm gonna say, I don't want to hurt you. Right as a lightning bolt erupts from my chest and shoots out.
Alrighty.
Gonna anyway.
What level?
Oh man.
That's still investiture of lightning, so that she has to roll a
It's
dex
30
save.
foot, 30-foot range.
30-foot range.
You have to get a little bit closer. Blast her with the bolt out of the chest and then scoot out of the way. You see her like, and the energy still glows. Her eyes go wide like, Imogen?
Oh god.
You drift back and you see her like her face kind of drop. That intensity is now like momentarily dispelled.
What is happening? In that case, I'm going to switch my focus over to Vespin.
Okay.
I'm not going to hit her when she's like that.
Okay, you got it.
And
All right.
I am going to quicken a lightning bolt at, fuck it, 7th level.
It blasts through, the bolt like streaking through him and then building up behind him as the bolt hits, like he's absorbing it. And then right behind him, you see the light. And it scatters out the back in like 7 different directions. As the bolt finishes, the whole center of his like flesh exposed chest is now just this burnt black circle of smoke. Looks up at you. More similar than you think.
I want to try something then that I've been thinking about.
All right, what do you want to do?
That's the only opportunity. I'm just going to lazily just watch it all. I stood down here and I'm going to just fly myself into one of the strings of fate.
Oh.
Okay. I was hoping.
And just see if anything happens.
As you hit it, suddenly your body is struck with an immense shock of memory. You see flashes of a little girl talking to the air. You see a flash of a dress competition and tears. You see a flash of peeing off of a rooftop in Amman. You see a flash of a lost sister found clawing her way like a primordial screaming child out of the earth. You see the crown of thorns upon her head. You see her currently sharpening her blades on the outskirts of the Hellcatch, surrounded by
She's in the Hellcat?
Yeah, I got it.
surrounded by other soldiers and warriors preparing their coming part of the assault.
Shit.
Nice.
It's called me fun.
And I can't because I can't do anything, but I'm gonna try to say, it's not real.
You do, and that's about as loud as it gets.
Bonus action, Form of Dread. And I want my Form of Dread, as I always kind of mirror the environment, to look like the Matron of Ravens.
Sick. Cool.
So I have like my face kind of goes pale white, like a porcelain mask, and then long, dripping veils kind of behind me. And I'm gonna say, we know a few things about your many forms. And then I'm going to cast Spirit of Death, and I want it to take the form of Emhira.
Ooh. Cool.
Sick.
And then so I step forward, and then I'm gonna have my voice echo as much as I can that we know her many forms, and then I want Emhira to step, the spirit to step out of my body.
That
and
is
just
sick.
walk
Awesome.
towards her.
Yes, Queen.
Okay. As the spirit emerges and steps down into the pool,
Killer.
there's a moment where the mask that has been still, just in a second, shudders. And
Want to appease a little.
And every single one of these thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of golden threads all shake like a guitar string strummed.
That's good.
The blood of the platform begins to
She's pissed. She's
to
pissed.
burble
I think I
up.
pushed her off. So Emhira walks up and is going to do a multi-attack with her scythe. She has a reaping scythe.
It emerges out of her right hand and then screams while unleashing it on him. With that, Liliana's turn. Liliana is going to kind of drift forward a bit. Imogen, we gotta get out of here. I don't know what's going on, but we gotta get out of here.
Shut up.
Do you trust me?
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Power word stun on you.
Oh. That's good parenting.
Shouldn't have done it.
You are under 150 hit points.
That's good bait.
I am.
Very good, mate. Very good.
You are stunned. Chetney, you're up.
No.
2 swipes with McCloud.
Let's go.
14, 24 to hit.
24, that does hit. How do you want to do this?
Oh!
Shudders.
Jesus. I'll run up, and as he turns to look at me, I'll stick my clawed hand into his mouth. Grab the bottom of his jaw so that the claws dig down through his mandible, and just fucking fruit roll up the front of his face.
It scatters across the black and ash that mixes with the blood on the ground, kind of slowly spilling over. As you pull away, kind of where the wound is now open from the chest and the jaw is missing, fire just burns up and consumes him.
I move the hex onto Mama Temult. I'm going to slide under Chet's legs and run and just start leaping and using Seedling and slicing the air. 25 points of damage.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Let's go. Right.
Get him!
Yeah.
34 points of damage on that.
How do you want to do that?
You shouldn't have fucking stunned me, mother.
That was your bad.
So I lower down into blood up to my waist and spring out of it, flying into the air, looking back at Imogen, and then I send shockwaves of energy through her midsection and scream, Imogen! On the final attack and land in gore.
The last wind blade strikes through. As it does, You watch her like in the air, and right as the spell drops from you, the last vision you see is of your mother's legs dropping away from her torso, and then burns into purple energy and is gone.
Damn, I'm killing a lot of parents up in here.
Orm, you're the first to look in the direction of where you started, on the opposite side of that platform, where you see a woman standing. I'm sorry, I had to see if you were capable of what needs to be done. I did call for your presence. The Archheart and I have parallel opinions in some ways. Many would not admit it, but we grow docile, unchanging, stagnant, while our mortal children are the bastions of change, evolution, and true creation. She reaches up and pulls the mask free. And you just see the face of a pale, sad woman. Different from the vision you saw in Aor. I grow tired. So, welcome to the conundrum. What is it you wish to know?
Would you leave this place?
They wish to dissolve the Divine Gate and return to Exandria and deal with Perdothos directly. I wish to let fate decide our future, our destiny. I dissent not because I wish to die or flee. I wish to let you, the peoples of Exandria, the greatest creations, decide what you wish, what you need. I will not flee.
Why did you do it? Why did you want to become the god of death?
Books and researchers, historians and philosophers and demagogues and leaders and dissenters and blasphemers will speak of my ambitions to do what had never been done. And maybe that is true to a degree. Some part of me just wanted to see if I could. But I did it with his help. The one who came before.
Was he tired? Like you?
I came to him in his frozen enclave, tried to pry from him the secrets of divinity. We danced through words and conversation for years. Perhaps he saw me a disciple at first, or at least an interesting abnormality. But we came to become friends. And I think ultimately, I think I loved him.
How did you come to take his place?
He asked me to. He helped me craft the rite of ascension.
What became of him?
Peace.
What do you know of Predathos?
Predathos was before my time, and the knowledge even kept from me within the family until there was no way to lock it back into shadow. What I know is whatever Predathos is bound to where they came from.
How do we contain that? How do we make sure we're not ripped apart in the process?
The same way I think perhaps I survived a rite that should not have allowed myself to become what I am. Love. Hackneyed as it may sound, what you have here is more resilient than you give credit for. I don't wish to guide you one way or the other. I want to empower you to do what you think is right. And know that some of us on this side are doing what we can to allow that, where others might not.
A lot of people have told us that one path is to embrace this Predathos. But do you believe it's possible to undo it instead?
Anything is possible. As she kind of backs up a bit, you see all the golden threads shaking once more. And this realm of shadow begins to become a light with golden light.
I would be remiss if we didn't ask, is there any kind of help that you could lend us? Anything that we might be able to take back and tip the scales?
I am uncertain what I could provide that wouldn't unravel in his presence either. But it doesn't mean it's not worth trying. She takes the mask in her hand and holds it up.
If somebody doesn't step up there.
I'll go. You reach for it.
Sure.
She pulls it back slightly and leans into you. You are a crossroads. Do you know what a crossroads is?
I do, yes. There's a choice ahead.
Maybe this will be the nudge you're looking for.
Does it burn my hand?
No, it feels cold and smooth.
Oh.
So we wear this, or?
In a moment of need, someone wear it and call. I'll send what I can.
Do you ever miss your mortality? It's pretty great. Living a lifetime.
Every moment. I knew what I gave up to do this. And that understanding grows and grows and grows.
One last thing. Your champion, he's stuck. Is there anything, as your agents on the other side of the gate, that we could do or to help him?
Destroy the key. But the beacon must be removed first.
I know that the answer is probably going to be, I don't know. But, Lana, our friend, is off your radar, connected to the threads. I don't know. But is she going to be okay?
She holds a hand out and draws her finger this way, and you feel this tug on your chest. And the rest of you can see briefly there's this thread pulling from Laudna's chest. It's silver. Different color than the rest of the golden threads. Her fate lies between realms. Where it did, she moves her hand this way, and the rest of the thread grows golden until it connects with Imogen's.
If I continue down this path, I'll be whole again.
Anything is possible. Now, go. She begins to drift back as the mask apparates around her face. Go.
Oh.
And all of you begin to lose your footing on the platform, your breath becoming hard and challenging as the blood on the ground begins to billow up and consume you. You all are just awash in that same thick liquid, climbing suddenly, your lungs on fire. One by one, you all begin to climb out and splatter onto the smooth, black marble floors of the inside of the Raven's Crest. Crimson scattered across where you catch your breath and process.
Did you fight that whole fight naked?
I did.
And that's where we're going to finish tonight's episode.